This is your challenge. You are going to use food from your fridge or from your pantry, and you're going to try and create a natural dye, and we're going to do a natural tie-dye. So the challenge is, can you find a food and think about those foods that typically stain your clothes? Parents are all thinking like blackberries. Think about those foods. Go through your pantry, look at those really vibrant spices, and then think about what could be made into a dye where we could change the look of some clothing that you already have in your house. So I'm going to show you all the steps today, and then you'll get a chance to look down in this post, and there'll be a few different things you can look at. So today I'm going to do a t-shirt, and I'm going to do some socks, because I think we all have socks kicking around, like a pair of white socks. And so these are the ones I was inspired by. I love that dipped look, the ombre, and some are a little bit speckled. And so this will be in the post. You can get some inspiration as well. They'd love to make an inspiration board. We're going to talk a little bit about different ways to use rubber bands. There's so many ways to tie up your item of clothing to put in the natural dye. And so today I'm probably going to do the crumple and the spiral, but again, this will be easier to see when you open it up. And then the super fun part, even though I really want you guys to find your own food item, here are some suggestions of ones that have been tried and true. And so you'll see there's turmeric, red cabbage, avocado, different teas, black beans, of course, berries, and one that I'm going to do today that looks really gross, but I'm the most excited about it. So you can take a look at this as well and get some inspiration for your project. Okay, so something that I learned by doing my research last night is that there's really no one way to do this. I was really looking for some like hard and fast answers about how long to dye it, what to do to the item beforehand, what to do after, and I honestly could not find the same information twice. And so what that tells me is that we should just have fun with this, and it's really more about experimenting and seeing what we can do. And then the goal at the end of this activity is going to be more around sharing your learning. So just like I'm going to do a bit of a process video for you, I would like you guys to create either a video, and the video is going to look at how did you prepare your fabric, what foods did you choose, how did you tie it with the elastics, how long did it sit, what did it look like in the end. And so that could look like a video, or it could look like a picture that you took maybe of your item, or maybe you're wearing it, and then maybe you explain what you did. And it would be so cool to piece those together, and then that would be a really good piece of knowledge for anyone looking to dye with natural foods. So let's get into it. Before you dye, there is something called a fixative or a mordant. You're going to hear both words online. It's basically something that you use to help the dye connect with the fabric. So there are a couple different ways to do a mordant, and I'll talk about them more on my post. But basically, you're going to take a pot. Grab all my pots ready for today. You're basically going to take a pot and you're going to fill it with water. Some items don't need a mordant. If you're using spice or onion peel, which I'm using today, you don't need a mordant. you're just gonna take your items, so either like a t-shirt or some socks, and you're just gonna make sure that they are damp in water and wrung out before you dye it. So again, that's if you're using onion peel or some of the spices that are so strong, they just do not need it. So that's a really easy one to do. If you're going to do a fruit-based one, then you need to put a little bit of salt in your water, and then you need to boil the salt and water and put your items in there for about 45 minutes. And you're just going to simmer them in that salt water, and that will prepare it for the dye. The other option is if you're going to do a vegetable, and I'm gonna do spinach today, you need to prepare the water with vinegar, and I will put the exact measurements down below. So you have vinegar and water, which you bring to a boil, and then you will soak the shirt in it for a while, just to prepare it, and then you can wring it out and you're ready to dye. I'll also add, in many posts, people did not do a mordant at all. So if you don't care about this lasting forever, if this is just kind of a super fun thing that maybe it's gonna fade out, then you could just cut straight to the dye. What are you gonna need for this? You're going to need a measuring cup. You're going to need some elastics. I have some gloves just in case the dye is really rich. I don't want to stain my shirt. I shouldn't have worn white. You're going to need a sieve or a strainer with small holes if you're going to be using like a berry mixture or something like that, and you need to sieve that out. And then I have covered my counter, you can't really see it, with a white garbage bag, just so I don't stain anything. And then all you need is the things you're going to use to dye. So I am going to do a bunch of different ones today. Like I said, I'm going to do spinach. I'm hoping to get a nice green. I heard it's tricky to do spinach, so I'll be the tester for that. I'm going to do some strawberries and blueberries. I don't want to use all of my strawberries and blueberries because, well, they're expensive and they're a favorite around here. So I'm going to also use just like an old frozen mix that I have that's kind of gone freezer burnt. So I'm probably going to mostly use this. So I'm hoping to do strawberries all in one, and then I'm going to try and do blueberries and blackberries in one. And last but not least, the one I am most excited about, I'm going to do onion skins. So I did a lot of collecting to get these onion skins. I know some people go to the store and they'll pull some extra onion skins off and throw them in with their onions. I had a couple at home and I borrowed some from my mom, but I did a huge bowl of them. It's probably 6 onions worth of onion skin. And basically you're just pulling the first layer off the onion, and it should give you like a beautiful mustardy, rich, almost orangey mustard color, which totally is my favorite. And so I'm gonna do my shirt in that. Before you do anything, you want to prepare your items with the elastics. Where I'm at so far. If you are still watching, you deserve a medal. This is way longer than it should be. Okay, we have all of our dye. Look at these colors. They're so cool. This is onion skin, spinach, blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, and strawberry. We've got all of our stuff ready to go, and I definitely recommend letting these cool before you wring them out, and that has to be done by an adult because mine were pretty warm. And then of course we have the ones I'm going to dip dye, so let's do it.